Hey y'all, welcome to another edition of Behind the Sign. First, I have to say, I don't know if you're in this area that I am here in Southeast Georgia, but I have to say I am loving this 80-degree January day. But, all right, so today's Behind the Sign is going to have to do with the funny things that I have seen sellers do to their homes, and it's usually for photos. So, and none of these are the same house, so which is kind of ironic how some of them are very similar. So I remember going to one house. It was winter time, fall winter, where things aren't bright with colorful flowers on everything like that. I pull up to her house, come up, in front of the house. I didn't park in the driveway, not to mess up any photos or anything. And I'm going, wow, her garden looks really good. She must have went and bought some flowers just before we got here for this. I walk up to the front door to knock on the door, and bless her heart, she had artificial flowers all in her flower bed. And she kept them there the entire time that the house was listed. From the distance, they looked like, wow, it was a real pretty garden. You got up close and you really looked at them, then you could tell that they were artificial flowers. But yeah, she definitely got her money's worth when it came to shopping at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, wherever she bought her flowers from, because it did make the front of the house look pretty, but yeah, they were artificial. So very similar to that was another house that I went and spoke with the person, the seller, the home seller, probably a couple days. It may be closer to a week. Letting him know everything that he would need to do to get ready for photographs. We scheduled the photographs to be done. I get out there ahead of the photographer just to make sure, everything's set up. I have a whole other spiel in a video of what you need to do to get a home prep for photos. And what he did is not in my prep list, but yeah, it was kind of interesting. When I was there the first time, there was a lot of spots in the yard that were brown. The rest of the grass was green, but there were spots. Like I don't know if an animal. Ooh, camera's falling. Okay, well, it's gonna kind of hold that right here. So when I pull up, I noticed that it was no longer brown, and I was kind of puzzled. I asked him when I knocked on the door. I was like, "So, what did you do? How did this happen?" And he looked at me and he's like, spray paint. I said, "What? You spray painted the grass?" He goes, "Yeah, I did. I didn't want brown spots in the picture, so I spray painted the grass." I was like, interesting. That's a new one. But I think I did hear when I told this story another time to someone that they actually saw someone do that on the HGTV show with the Property Brothers, that someone had spray painted. So I'm thinking that's maybe where he got that from. And another one that I thought was kind of funny was the woman actually wasn't fully ready for our arrival for photos, and she was like, "Well, can you all start over here and I'll work on this side of the house?" And we're like, "Sure, we can make that work. We're going to work around you. We'll help you. I'll come help you too. Let me know what I need to do. The photographer doesn't need me to hold his hand. He's got this. I'm here to help you." So we're on this side of the house, and I'm straightening up the bathroom for her, and I'm walking back towards the kitchen to see what else she was needing to get done, and I'm watching her throw dishes into the oven. Yes, the oven. Not the dishwasher. Into the oven. So, of course, curious minds want to know. I said, "Well, why'd you do that? Why didn't you just put them in the dishwasher?" And she says, "Well, I haven't run the dishwasher yet, and it's full, and we have all these breakfast dishes, so I didn't know what else to do, so I put them in the oven." I personally probably would have washed them, but hey, you know, to each his own. No one knew when they saw the pictures that there were dirty dishes in the dishwasher and in the oven. I just hope she remembered to take them out before she cooked dinner. So, those are like three of my favorites. Funny things that sellers have done to get their home ready for the photos to disguise. So just kind of keep those things in mind when you're out house hunting and it's like off season and you see pretty flowers in the garden or you see bright green grass. Check it out, because it might just be a trick. See you on the next one.